J.B. Pritzker and Republican candidate Darren Bailey square off in the first of two debates. We'll give you a recap of round one.
iGaming is a market that Indiana can and should embrace.
And online gambling could boost the Hoosier State's economy. We'll tell you how and why some are not convinced.
This is an entire community effort, working together, coming together for the better of this community.
Plus, organizations prepare for the holiday season. Hear what challenges they are facing and how you can help. Thanks for watching our late news. Some tense moments tonight in the debate between Governor J.B. Pritzker and State Senator Darren Bailey. The two sparred over crime, taxes, education, and abortion. Cole Hinkey reports from Springfield.
During his first term, Governor Pritzker has increased or expanded taxes in the state multiple times. The first being the increase in the gas tax, and he used that to fund infrastructure projects in the Rebuild Illinois plan. And then he also expanded the online sales tax. Now, Governor Pritzker promised a long-term tax relief as long as the state continued to pass the budget and keep it balanced. On the other hand, Darren Bailey continued to push his zero-based budget plan. He said tonight he would cut billions of dollars from the budget. Pritzker, meanwhile, said he would not try to pass a graduated income tax again if elected to a second term.
No, but I do believe that wealthier people should not reap all the benefits and working people getting the shaft.
What we can do, once we do a zero-based budget, I believe there's $10 to $15 billion in that budget of waste.
Now, Governor Pritzker spoke to reporters after the debate, and we pressed him on how long and how many more balanced budgets it would take to see permanent tax relief, but he did not give a timeline, instead saying relief would come as they passed more budgets year after year. Now, this is the first of two debates that these two candidates will have this month, the next being in Chicago on October 18th.
All right, thanks to Cole for that report. And if you want to see more debate coverage, just head over to our website, mywabashvalley.com. Back here in Indiana, the Vigo County Election Board will hold an emergency meeting this weekend. It's for the board to discuss the ballot style. They'll meet Sunday at 8:30 a.m. at the Vigo County Courthouse. The meeting comes just days before early voting begins. Early voting, by the way, starts on Wednesday, October 12th. The November midterm election is November 8th. Gas prices are once again increasing across the country. Today we found prices in the Clinton area above $4 a gallon. That's just slightly less than Indiana's statewide average today, which AAA says is $4.20 a gallon. In Illinois, the statewide average today, $4.38, and the national average, $3.86 a gallon. And Americans may need to brace themselves for another gas price hike. Experts warn higher prices could be on the horizon. It comes after some of the world's largest oil producers announced plans to scale back production. Raquel Martin has more on how the White House is responding.
Prices at the pump could spike again after Wednesday. OPEC, some of the world's leading oil producers, announced plans to slash their supply.
Disappointment, and we're looking at what alternatives we may have.
After weeks of celebrating falling gas prices, it's back to the drawing board for the Biden administration.
Going to stay focused on making sure that we continue to keep the pain at the pump as minimal as possible.
White House spokesperson John Kirby says the U.S. must now figure out how to make up for the lack of oil. OPEC says it'll be cutting back 2 million barrels a day starting next month.
Providing security, stability to the energy market.
We believe that this was a short-sighted decision.
The administration is urging the oil industry to ramp up production in the U.S. to help.
We're doing everything we can to make sure that there are more leases available for drilling here in the United States.
But so far, that push has fell flat. Frank Macurola with the American Petroleum Institute says the president has made it more difficult to produce oil in the U.S.
Stifled American energy production on federal lands and waters. They've canceled pipelines.
The White House denies it's been unfriendly to the fossil fuel industry.
Now, to avoid a surge in prices, the White House could tap Congress to find a solution. President Biden is taking executive action to pardon all prior federal offenses for simple marijuana possession. The President says he will ask the Justice Department and Health and Human Services to review how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. Biden also noted that he will encourage state governors to take similar actions with state offenses. According to a senior White House official, more than 65,000 U.S. citizens from 1992 to 2021 were convicted of simple possession of marijuana that is, under federal law. Also, thousands more were convicted under a Washington, D.C. code. There are currently no individuals in federal prison solely for that offense. A new report finds the state stands to earn hundreds of millions of dollars if it legalizes online casino games. Our State House reporter Kristen Eskow shows us why some Hoosiers want to allow them here and the concerns others have.
Bills to allow online casino games, also known as iGaming, have been introduced at the State House here in the past, but they haven't had the support to advance. Now a new report is giving some hope that that could change next session. Instead of commuting to the casino, you'd be playing poker with the phone in your pocket. That's the idea behind allowing casino games to be legally offered online.
iGaming is a market that Indiana can and should embrace.
Matt Bell runs the Casino Association of Indiana and sees potential success in online gaming. A new study by the nonpartisan Indiana Gaming Commission finds over 3 years, Indiana could earn between $340 and $940 million in tax revenue. Bell believes it wouldn't come at a cost to casinos.
The other 6 markets where iGaming has flourished, the data speaks for itself. We see that we do not see cannibalization of brick and mortar facilities.
Bell says 7 other states have legalized online casino games in some form, but the state report did highlight some concerns over a potential increase in problem gambling.
Anytime that you put something online, that makes it so much easier for someone to gamble with or gamble on.
Christina Gray runs the Indiana Council on Problem Gambling. Her organization is not taking a position on iGaming, but she points out there has been a slight increase to the number of calls to the gaming helpline since Indiana legalized sports betting 3 years ago.
Once you legalize it, then they feel more comfortable gambling then. And so there is a possibility of an increase.
Now, no bills have been drafted yet for next session. It's still too early to tell exactly what this proposal would look like for next year. However, Matt Bell, who you saw in that story, points out it'll likely include age restrictions and other regulations in place of for legalized forms of gambling in the state of Indiana. Federal funds will help a local hospital better serve patients and allow for much-needed expansion. Union Hospital in Clinton held a grand opening today after a federal grant allowed it to expand its laboratory and pulmonary rehab areas. The expansion increases room for patients to allow for social distancing equipment and additional services. The money was dispersed through the Indiana Hospital Association.
It is definitely a struggle. Indiana hospitals are at risk of closing, and so every little bit helps Indiana hospitals. And so we were really pleased to be able to bring this funding to the community of Clinton.
The project, by the way, also created a hands-free entry to the facility. We're just 49 days away from Thanksgiving, but local charities are working around the clock heading into the holidays to help those in need. As Zeke Torres found out, inflation and high gas prices may draw larger crowds for food distribution and other needed supplies.
Food scarcity is a year-round issue that's felt by many. Organizations are making it a priority that families have a good holiday. However, they themselves are also facing economic challenges. Off National Avenue in West Terre Haute, the Providence Food Pantry serves 3,000 families annually.
Well, it tells me that this is a community in need.
After a slight decline of people needing services, demand has increased again. Jason Moon with the Sisters of Providence said since June, organizers estimate they're serving 45% of the entire West T community weekly.
It's all hands on deck, as often as possible. I mean, during the week, the organizers and volunteers are getting together, going out, getting the food ready to go and having it ready to go for Thursday.
During the holidays, the pantry distributes winter clothing. Other nonprofits pitch in by giving food, personal hygiene items, and more clothes. But more help is needed. Catholic Charities host annual Thanksgiving and Christmas distribution events. But this year, the organization has seen the price of turkey double due to inflation and the avian flu that hit multiple bird farms. Assistant Agency Director Jennifer Tame said transportation costs have also increased.
That's going to hurt all of us, but especially those who are living on a lower income and maybe who are food insecure as it is, who just don't have that extra money to be able to provide something like a turkey for Thanksgiving.
Around 500 families are expected to use Catholic Charities Christmas store. It'll be open for a limited time around Thanksgiving. Each registered and eligible user will get clothes, household items, and more. Volunteers are being sought after to help the store and assist shoppers.
There are households that have just hit a rough time in their lives, and they need a little extra help. So we're happy to be here. We're happy to offer them an opportunity to come through and shop.
If you'd like to donate to either charity or need more information on how to register for the Christmas store, all of that is available on our website, mywabashvalley.com.
All right, thanks a lot, Zeke, for that report. Well, if you've traveled south on U.S. Highway 41 recently, you may have noticed some road work. We'll have an update on when it's supposed to be finished.